Currently, this cult of media philosophy, the one of sex, drugs, and look at me, of glorifying the worst of the street and worship of money, idolatry, has taken a hold on our most precious commodity. Our children are slaves to that which we do not see. Man has upheld negativity while downgrading things like true love and honesty. This is what renders the soul unconsciously, a sort of dying of the thing that makes us see. Countering intelligence of the mad scientist variety, invented by dark forces trying to grab a hold of you and me. Embrace the light. Do not go into that dark night. Armor and shield yourself for the righteous fight.
Subscribe, motherfucker. You see me, asshole. Like and subscribe, motherfucker.
Alright, cool. Slaves podcast it is, man. Thank you, my dude, for supporting the podcast and spending the time. Just to give people a little background on us, we have a little history also. You gave me an opportunity when you at Red Lobster to serve, and when I didn't have a job, you know what I'm saying, you hooked me up, and you know what I'm saying, put me on to the job, man. I appreciate that. And this was a while ago, but I didn't forget, you know what I mean? So introduce yourself, man. Tell people who you are, man. Let people know.
So yeah, I'm Tyrus Ray, man. Like he was just saying, me and him used to work together a long time ago. It seemed like it was forever ago.
Yeah, it's about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. Most definitely. It seemed like I was a whole totally different person then. You know, now I'm married, have a son.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
It, man.
I didn't know that.
Marriage is amazing, but yeah, you know, like I said, married, got a son. Also on Tuesday nights, me and a couple of fellas, we get together and we do like a sports. We do a sports show. We're in the process of turning into a podcast, but it's called "Say What, Say It Again." Sports talk. Come on, 8:30 on 8:30 on Facebook. So
say what, say it again.
Yeah, say what, say it again.
8:30s on Sundays.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
And
what platforms is this gonna be on? Like what?
It's we're doing it on Facebook right now. We're doing it through Zoom. Pretty soon I'll be on YouTube. I already got the YouTube page. I just don't have no content on it yet. I'm not 100% sure what the name of it is. I know it is Say What, Say It Again, but I think it's like Say What, period, Say It Again, something like that.
Word.
And I got the Instagram page, Say What, Say It Again. And we should be on Spotify pretty soon too.
Hell yeah, man. That's good, man. That's good to see, man. We all, like a lot of people, being that this pandemic is going on, a lot of people is forced to look at other avenues, like, you know, and they have time to do that, you know, and it's fun. It's like, it's more fun. It's less stressful to do something that you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Especially with your friends and everything. And that's good that you're doing that. The question that I wanted to ask you, bro, was, do you feel that black people should be voting in America?
Man, it's a tough question. The reason why I say is, you know, we kind of programmed to vote, you know what I mean? But in this day and age, man, especially due to the last election, I know a lot of people feel like, you know, that vote don't really matter. And to a certain extent, it kind of really didn't. You know, the popular vote was Hillary, not saying that she would have been so much better than Donald Trump, but I honestly feel like anybody's better than Donald Trump.
Right.
You know, but, you know, when I look at the other candidates, Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm kind of torn too because, you look at them and you say, well, I don't know if they're going to do much better than Trump, but you kind of feel like I'm picking the lesser of two evils. Then, you kind of feel like, is that what you really want to do? But to answer your question, man, it's kind of like, to a certain extent, you kind of feel like your vote really, really don't count. I think, my personal opinion, I think what's more important is your local people, your
mayor,
your city council, your mayor, your city councilman, your police chief, and different people like that. Because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna just be real. Up until the whole George Floyd situation, I didn't even know we had a black police chief here in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
For real. For real.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't. I knew that some of the city council members were black. I did know that. I didn't know the majority of them were black. But it's just a lot of stuff we don't know. Like, I think that's more important. Like the judges, getting some of these judges that's been in office 20, 30 years and ain't been helping us. Like getting them out of it. But I think it's about educating ourselves. Like I think we as a people, we're just not very educated when when it comes to politics, when it comes to voting.
Right.
I think that's something that we most definitely need to work on, myself included. I know the last two local elections, I worked at the polls. You might not have known that, but I worked at the polls, trying to steer people in a better direction than the direction we've been going, and that hasn't been working for so long.
I feel like, okay, to be honest with you, bro, I'd be like, man, I really don't think that there is any reason for a black person to vote for a president. Or I don't know, man. I just feel like the government is involved with black genocide. It's been so many laws and so many oppressive actions and things that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and I don't feel like there is going to be any change. I feel like we'll be more effective if we was to come together, use our resources and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like you said, it is important to your senators, your mayors and stuff like that, your governors. It is important for us as especially minorities to speak to those type of people and stay on top of them and so it can go up. You know what I'm saying? Because
to me, you have to, when you're looking at these people that's voting, we got to hold them accountable.
Right.
Like if I'm just giving an example, if someone named John Smith is running for city councilman, he's saying, hey, look, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to work on doing this, and then he gets in office and he's not doing that, we have to hold him accountable.
Right.
Okay, look here, Mr. Smith. You said that this was going to be better. That was going to be better. In fact, it's gotten worse. Like at that point, like I think that's the different things. Like it's a lot of I didn't know this, but someone that's pretty close to me is on the council, and I have conversations with them on a regular basis, and he was saying there's positions in the city that we can get, that we can acquire, that we can be in, like city planning, which is they're responsible for for a lot of the funding that goes on in the city.
Right.
Like a lot of the funding, like how it's dispersed and different things like that. Like it's different positions that you can be in that you don't gotta be involved in politics, but there's different positions that you could be in. But to be honest with you, I knew nothing about it. I never heard of a city plan.
Yeah, because they don't promote that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't advertise. Yeah.
And a lot of things is us as black people knowing that Democrats, they run to us every time there's an election year. And black people vote for Democrat so often, like they get to the point where they're complacent. Just like with Joe Biden saying, "You ain't black if you don't vote for him," right?
I know he said that.
Yeah, he said you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Well, my thing is, if you are gonna vote, do your research on the person that you're voting for. Don't just say, "Oh, that's a Democrat. I'm voting for a Democrat." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, I appreciate you, man. You brought up some great points, man, and some stuff that I didn't know. And I would like to know, do you have a message that you would like to give to the people, or is anything that you would?
For me, I do somewhat agree with what you said earlier about us coming together. Like, in order for us to make any change, I do feel like we most definitely do have to come together.
Right.
It's a lot of different alternatives that we could do in the community, as far as like black-owned restaurants that we don't really support.
Right.
It's a lot of different things. Like, it's a lot of different things we could use, and that's what people would educate. And I just think people need to get out of this trying to compete with each other.
Exactly.
It's enough at the table for everybody to be able to sit down and to be able to eat and get full.
You would get a greater portion if you working with somebody. It's not necessarily the point where you working for somebody and y'all spitting and you get a smaller portion. Most of the times when you working with somebody and y'all working in the group, you get more. You get more shit done. You get, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a benefit to work with somebody than, because us as black people got to stop getting that mentality, get out of the mentality of, I want this all for myself. I want this for myself. You know what I'm saying? I did this by myself. I did this, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's a true statement, man. We got to work together. And if we working together and we building and we're using our resources like that, it wouldn't be no reason to vote. And it would. Go ahead.
And then we got to take back ownership, man. Like,
facts.
I was sitting there having a conversation with someone the other day, and I'm like, yo, I find it strange that we have so much, we use so much. Trying to think of the best word to say. We have so much buying power, but don't. We own
do.
Nothing.
We do.
Go around, you look at all these gas stations. We don't own them. You go to these banks. I think there is there is like one or two black-owned banks in the United States, but one or two, like you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy in a sense, but it's not. We get to the point. This is what our objective as black people should do. If we're gonna do our song and dance for you, entertain you, you giving us millions and millions of dollars, I'm not gonna move to Beverly Hills where I'm shopping at damn Versace and Gucci and all this, spending $1,000 on a shirt when I can go and take these millions and millions of dollars and build in my community.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times it's the black people, they, you know what I'm saying, you get something and you gone, poof, deuces. You know what I'm saying? You build it and
It's that mindset though.
Yeah.
Like I was telling somebody the other day, like, we look at Oprah and we think Oprah's so rich.
Mm-hmm.
Oprah's probably, I think I looked it up the other day. I think she's worth like $3 billion, $5 billion, something around that area. Now you look at the guy that owns the Los Angeles Clippers and owns part of Apple? Steve Ballmer. He's worth $71 billion. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, as long as you try, it's like, if at some point we gotta make a stand and take back some ownership and realize that as long as I'm working for someone else, I can never have as much money as they have.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. And that's a good point, because I always tell people, like, I've worked for many companies over the years. I've been working in the labor industry for over 20 years, and I know I've produced over $1 million for the company for the companies that I work for overall, and I don't have $1 million to show for it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about America, man. I feel like it's just so hard on its people, and not only on its people, black people get the it's like at the bottom, they're like at the foot. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the main reasons why I left the restaurant industry, man.
Right.
The main reason being is, I sit back and I realize, like, over the years, I started off at Papa John's. I was at Waffle House. I was at Red Lobster. I was at Cheddar's. I think about all the people I've helped make millions of dollars. Like, every store I was at was very profitable.
Right.
I help people make hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars. Don't have that amount of money to show for it. Not only that, I'm expendable. It's just the type of tactics that's used, and I'm not gonna go into details. I could. But,
you can, bro. That's what it's about, bro. That's what this podcast is about, bro. Don't hold your tongue about nothing, bro. Don't hold your tongue, bro.
This is the type of tactics